So here's the thing. I had a video and people got super upset in some of the comments of it, where basically I went through things, those who are disabled, retired, etc. They're on a limited income. I went through and did this video, and basically what happened was people got upset because they didn't want to talk about the depressing topic about how those on Social Security benefits were not getting enough money each year to be able to keep up with the cost of living, being able to buy the same things that they bought the prior year. And some of them attacked me and they went after me and they're, how dare you? This is so depressing. Why would you bring it up? And here's why. Because when people have very little, when they have hardly any money, they are basically a target. They're a target for politicians. They want their vote, but at the end of the day, they don't really want to give them anything. And one of the main things that has to be given to those who are on a limited income, right? Retired, disabled, auxiliary benefits, disabled little child benefits, spousal benefits, survivors benefits, etc. What happens to those individuals is that they keep having less and less and less each year as a result of the cost of living adjustment. And because of that, we are now facing a situation where they consistently, every single year, have less and less and less to buy the same things that they used to, because the cost of living adjustment math is bogus. It's specifically designed to continuously give you less each year than you're actually supposed to have to be able to survive in America. Now, it's no secret that the economy and banking system in America are consolidating at best, but in reality, they are collapsing. Some people are too embarrassed to talk about these things. Some will attack me, but this is where we need to shine the light. We need to shine it into the corners where those who can barely exist are basically starving out. We need to make sure that we fix that so that everybody across the board can understand what's going on in America. Now, here's the deal. I want to see America spend more money on Americans. Just for a moment, think about that. I want to see America spending more money specifically on Americans, seeing so many people that I have personally won benefits for living in this extreme poverty that was just slightly above where they were without benefits. It makes a very clear picture to me that America is failing its citizens in every possible way. And here's why. If you were to win a benefit that's supposed to pay for your existence, you shouldn't be at the point where you're constantly being removed from where you live to go someplace else, like an RV in the back. So we're going to go through basically some of the things that have changed for people going into 2024 that they will likely, if they haven't, but will have to do in 2024, so that you can understand where this whole program is going. We can all kind of shine a light on it. So, the first group's obviously to have that erosion are the fixed income people. Let's go through it real quick. The first thing that you're going to be seeing people not be able to afford, they're on a fixed income in 2024, will be yearly vet visits. Okay. Next thing is anything above the minimum car insurance. Next thing would be prepackaged frozen food. In other words, you throw it in the microwave and poof, you've got a dinner. They're not going to be able to do that. They're going to have to actually buy the base raw materials to go forward. So that's one of the unfortunate things about it. Next thing, streaming services will be completely off the table. Streaming services keep going up. There's no plan for those who are retired. There's no plan for those who are disabled that I've seen to go ahead and reduce their costs. So as a result of that, you'll see people not being able to afford these streaming services. Swapping medication providers to get cheaper medication. That's going to be something that happens a lot in 2024. New wiper blades was something that popped up a couple of times in the comments. I think it was a very good point, having new wiper blades on your vehicle. A new set of used tires. People are not really doing a full set. They're just taking one used tire and replacing it with another used tire. Central ACs will pretty much not be used by a lot of people who are on disability benefits or retirement benefits. They'll be swapping them out for a single, basically wall unit. That's mine right there. You hear it in the background. A single wall unit air conditioner. Okay. Next one, basically replacing broken appliances. A lot of people will be either looking at the price of the new appliance and saying, well, I can't afford that oven. And so what they'll be doing is switching to one of those smaller little units. That's like an air fryer or a little mini oven, things like that, because they're more affordable and they're just cheaper because they're heating up a smaller space. Rating mail for coupons from neighbors' door mail is another thing that popped up. Replacing rusty utensils with plastic utensils. Basically doing haircuts at home from watching YouTube videos on how people do them. Moving from a house room to an RV in the back. Let's see. Getting clothing on closeout. That's a big thing. A lot of people don't know how the closeout thing works with different stores. You're going to be seeing a lot of people basically rating the Walmart style, anything that might have. I don't know what you have in your area because people watch this all over the country. But let's say that it was a Salvation Army thing or it was a Goodwill thing or whatever. But the point is, knowing what the sales are, that's going to become immensely more popular for this whole situation. Now, with all that said, the reason I go into this is to bring up this horrendous, depressing thing that people are getting less and less and less. And the reason why is that ultimately we have to sue the federal government to get a COLA adjustment. The math as it was done by the nonprofit shows that people should be getting around $520 now, basically extra per month. So imagine if you're on SSI and instead of getting around, basically $1,000. Well, no, sorry, $914. Imagine if you were getting $500 more for that. Imagine if you were on SSDI benefits and you had $500 more for that, or retirement benefits and $500 per month more for that. The whole landscape of this would change because people would have just a little bit more to afford the basics. Right now, people are deciding between, okay, do I pay for my rent? Do I pay for basically my utilities? Do I keep my car? Do I sell it? And that's it? No more? And so what's sad is that we keep seeing every single day people having less and less and less. And the interesting thing is, when I made the veteran video comparing veterans benefits to civilian benefits, one of the big things that I found and saw with that was that veterans were very, 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 very frosty, if you will. Some of them turned into full-on cupcakes. They got frosty because they felt like anybody knowing what their benefits are might make their benefits be in danger, which is ridiculous because their benefits are literally online. Like you just look up the graphs for, how many dependents, how many spouses, whatever. So not that it does more than one spouse, but the point is they got very frosty because they're like, whoa, I deserve these benefits because I was in the military. I put my life on the line. But what that proves to me is that one group who realizes that it takes more than just Social Security, disability insurance benefits, or retirement benefits to exist. All those vets, they realize, which is why they're so aggressive to try and say, don't touch my benefits. Now, of course, the vets, they get their veteran benefits plus they get their civilian benefits. So they're stacked. But what that tells us all is that because they were so frosty, so aggressive, so like, oh, don't touch my benefits, don't even look at them, because they were like that, they understand the massive separation between how much a veteran will get versus a civilian. Now, look, if it were me, I think veterans should get more around like $8,000 a month because, that's what makes sense to me. That allows them basic fundamentals of feeling more safe, having basic functions, etc. I think most disabled people should be getting around at least $2,000 per month. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, and remember with the disability benefits, they should be, scoring way higher than just $3,500 for the max. It should be, anywhere from, 5 to 6K for the max of SSDI benefits. Because at the end of the day, the problem is when we talk about benefits, we're so used to the government controlling us. And if we get a little bit more here, oh, there goes the food stamps. We get a little bit more here, there. Now we got to pay more for Medicaid or Medicare rather. And so what happens is we're so accustomed to the government taking away something the moment they give us something. And the point of this video is to get people talking about what they can no longer afford that they used to be able to afford. And I'm going to take all this information and share it with my political friends that I now have because of the celebration of this channel, and basically start pushing forward the agenda of getting a new cost of living adjustment math completed. Here's the thing. The Social Security Administration has no power at the end of the day to fully correct the cost of living adjustment. That has to be done at the congressional level. It has to be done at the congressional level. It does. Sure, they can go ahead and tinker a little here, tinker a little there, but they do not have the money to pay people what they're supposed to be paid each year as a cost increases for them to go ahead and pay individuals that need money to be able to buy things for the next year. So what's our problem? Our problem is a group of people, senators, House reps, who don't really care about the Social Security Administration's agency, the cost of people living, right? They are unlikely to try and pay more to the disabled. The veterans know this because the veterans know how the VA works as well. It's similar. And as a result of that, the veterans who sit there and say, okay, we need to be careful, we need to protect these benefits, they know that the USA has to be nice to them, because if they're not, future generations of soldiers aren't going to sign up. They have that really amazing advantage, whereas those on retirement or supplemental security income or Social Security disability insurance benefits, they don't have that. They don't have that because the threat to the government that you'll stop working is not a great enough threat. I mean, think about it. Okay. You imagine the government is a giant corporation, right? Cool. All right. So mega corporation USA, right? And all of a sudden you guys do a walkout, right? You do a walkout, you're striking, you're not working anymore. Well, they know in order for you to eat, survive, there's not enough of these amazing farms around to keep you alive. So you're stuck. You have to work to continue to be able to eat and survive. And so the amazing thing about it is the government doesn't have to be nice to you because they know somebody's going to take care of you or you're going to have to take care of yourself. Those are the only two options. And so what's interesting about this is that because the government doesn't have that attachment of we need future soldiers, and a lot of the veterans were saying, yeah, well, they have to take care of us because, they broke us and now they have to pay for that. I don't think that's the underlying theory when we get to the really skeezy part of how this works. I don't think the federal government is extremely worried about the current veterans. I think they're worried more about the future soldiers. Because think about it. If there were no future soldiers, then why would they have to go ahead as the United States corporation, this mega government, right? Why would they have to continue to take care of their veterans if they didn't have to worry about getting future soldiers? That's the hook. If you can't get future soldiers, you can't wage wars. If you can't wage wars, you lose your dominance as a country. And the civilians getting SSDI benefits, they don't get any of that stuff. They don't have any of those arguments. So I thought this was a really cool video to basically talk about the things that people are losing. And I want to know specifically from you going into 2024, what you expect to lose as a result of being on one of these fixed income programs, Social Security disability insurance, spousal benefits, survivor's benefits, etc. And the reason we need to make this list is that we need to empower both Democrats and Republicans to start fighting about it. I know what you're thinking. Why do we want them to fight? Because they only legislate when they're fighting. Because if they're fighting about something, then they are creating relevance. And if they feel relevant and they feel that other people are watching them and something is going on and that relevance equates to votes, that's when they'll do something. Otherwise, they are not going to give a damn. They're not going to do anything about it. They're just not. It's not going to happen. So anyways, I'll catch you guys a little bit later. We have a couple of videos today, and then basically the next video, just so you know, are the 6 major changes to the SSA in 2024. That's a little bit of a bigger video, a lot of information, just scrambled together. With that said, please remember to hit that like button. Don't be stingy with it. Please remember to subscribe. Click the all button. We do have basically memberships now if you want to support the channel. Also, very important, we are getting overloaded with the amount of people that really want to go ahead and do the 1 hour, where you basically buy 1 hour thing. And then I get on the phone with you, run hearing questions, or I answer something that's really complex or whatever, you get an hour. So instead of having it so that you have to email me and then I email you the little mini contract, I put it into the little bio thing below. So you'll just see it right there at the top. It's a Google Doc list thing. You just go to Google Docs and boop, you download and you're good to go. And then you just email it in. Other than that, I will catch you all a little bit later, and I will see you in about 5 or 6 minutes at the next video. See you soon, and please take care of yourself. All right, I'll catch you a little bit later. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.